only go so far with it, and then you'd have to change the character and nature of the show. I mean, if you had Matt and Kitty
If you were a fan of Westerns during the golden age of television, you're definitely familiar with the name James Arness. James Arness, born in Minneapolis, Minnesota on May 26, 1923, the actor we know and love as Gunsmoke's U.S. Marshal Matt Dillon, dropped the U from his name when he began his acting career. Arness was not a particularly good student in high school, preferring to skip classes rather than concentrate on his studies, but he graduated in 1942 and went on to work as a courier for a jeweler, a logger, and in a train yard loading and unloading freight railroad cars. Arness received the Bronze Star, the Combat Infantryman Badge, the European African Middle Eastern Campaign with 3 Bronze Campaign Stars, the Purple Heart, and the World War II Victory Medal as a rifleman in the United States Army. For a man who wanted to join the Navy as a fighter pilot but was turned down because he was too tall, this is a remarkable achievement. The Army seemed unconcerned with James Arness' height. They took full advantage of the situation, employing him as a human depth detector. Arness was assigned to the Anzio beachhead in Italy on January 22, 1944, and because of his 6 feet 7 inches stature, he was the first off the landing boat to evaluate the depth of the water. Arness was involved in numerous nasty firefights 10 days following the Anzio landing. Anzio would go down in history as one of the war's most drawn-out conflicts. Arness was crawling through a vineyard toward the enemy on a moonless night on February 1, 1944, when he heard voices and a scream. Soon after, a bloody conflict erupted, and he was hit repeatedly by machine gun fire, splintering his lower leg. As he urgently tried to lay low, a concussion grenade exploded nearby, raising him off the ground and sending bullets flying all about and over him. The struggle dragged on until the enemy troops were eventually vanquished. Arness, on the other hand, was badly hurt. He endured many procedures in the United States to restore damage to his right leg. Corporal James Arness was honorably discharged on January 29, 1945. Despite all medical efforts, he suffered from chronic pain throughout his life, which was particularly severe during his time on Gunsmoke, especially when mounting and dismounting horses. Following his honorable discharge from the U.S. Army, Arness enrolled at Beloit College in Wisconsin and began working as a radio announcer, launching him on a new, unexpected career path as an entertainer. With his sights set on a career as an actor, he hitchhiked his way to Hollywood, where he was cast in several films and became friends with John Wayne. Wayne recommended his friend Arness when the character of Matt Dillon became available, and Arness went on to become a household star. Arness invented U.S. Marshal Matt Dillon, a character that upheld the law while still having the heart to be fair and just. Gunsmoke ran for 20 years. The final episode aired on March 31, 1975. After the TV run ended, Arness got back in the saddle again as the justice-seeking U.S. Marshal, starring in several Gunsmoke movies, including Gunsmoke, Return to Dodge, Gunsmoke, One Man's Justice, Gunsmoke, To the Last Man, Gunsmoke, The Long Ride, and many more. In the late 70s, an older, more weathered Arness brought to life another Western hero, mountain man, trapper, and scout for the Army, Zeb McMahan in How the West Was Won. James Arness died on June 3, 2011 at age 88.